I'm actually Tiera, and today I'm breaking down all the things I do every morning that help me feel more in control of my time and put me in a really productive and positive headspace. It's really easy to feel lost in the sauce when our days kind of blend together. We don't really know what's next, and so I felt like I just had to make some really intentional changes to my morning routine just so that I can feel better about my day. Feel free to use any of these tips that you want that will help you get into a positive headspace as well. So the very first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is drink a full 8 ounces of water. I typically just keep my water bottle on my bedside so that it's easy for me to access when I first wake up. Our bodies actually become really dehydrated while we sleep, which is why we usually wake up super thirsty. A cup of water gives my mind the kickstart it needs to actually get my day started. I feel more alert, I feel less groggy, even if I didn't get a full 8 hours of sleep. It's also really good for flushing out any toxins in your body, and it gives you a clear complexion. So the next thing is to refrain from grabbing my phone. Most people actually grab their phone off the charger and start checking all their notifications within 15 minutes of waking up. And this actually puts you in a reactive instead of proactive state. Once you discover that you missed something from the night before, whether it's notifications from Instagram or maybe someone just wants some help with something first thing in the morning, immediately brings on minor levels of stress. No matter what that notification is, naturally we feel like we've missed out on something and we have to hurry up and catch up. And I decided that as soon as I wake up, I'm not gonna give my power to any reactions or any requests. It's way too late for that. We are in a pandemic. I don't need any more stress. So what I've been trying is to turn my phone on airplane mode before I go to sleep. This way, I wake up with absolutely no notifications and I actually have time to get my mental right. I need to be the best me before I can serve anyone else. So the next thing I do is actually write down any thoughts that I have upon waking up. So this can be any details I remember from a dream I had so I don't forget, just in case I want to make it into a movie later, or even any ideas that I had. So the point is to do a brain dump, to empty my mind, give myself a clean slate before I start throwing everything else at it. So this next step is where I actually grab my phone. Now what I used to do is immediately go to Instagram and start scrolling. Now honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with grabbing your phone first thing in the morning, but I do know that there's a stigma about always having our phones in our hands, and for me, I did used to fall down that rabbit hole. I found it was really easy for me to lose time that way, and I have things I have to do in the morning. So instead, I just switched out my morning Instagram scroll for the news app. This gets my mind working, learning about the world around me, and typically I get through the main stories between 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm not losing much time. And it's awesome because I always have something to talk about and I feel like I'm adulting the right way. So my next step is super easy. I just open my windows. I was really surprised at what a difference this makes. Opening my blinds instantly fills my room with light and I don't even have a nice view. It literally brightens up my day. You get it? So my next step is just to get ready for the day. Now this is what really sets my mood. I like to take my time so I can feel pampered. So during this time, I'm really just doing my skincare routine, any hairstyle that I want for the day, doing my face if I want to feel like an extra hottie when I pass by the mirror. As far as an outfit, I typically just wear a t-shirt and some sweats. Some people get dolled up to stay in the house all day and others don't feel a need to. It really does not matter as long as you feel good about it. Just don't let anyone tell you what you should be doing and do whatever rocks your boat. So my next step is breakfast. In every meal, I try to include a protein and a veggie just to keep my nutrition pretty balanced throughout the day. So an example of how this could be done is with spinach and eggs, perhaps spinach, oats, and fruit, or even just a veggie fruit smoothie. I also like to pair my breakfast with either an herbal tea or a green tea. There are a ton of great benefits to drinking tea, whether it's for your immune system or your digestive tract. The goal here is just to have a healthy, fulfilling breakfast to get you through the rest of the day. So the last step of my morning routine is to set my task for the day. My number one tip for staying ahead of your day is just to prioritize. As often as we hear this, it really needs to be done. Everyone procrastinates with something, and it's really easy to look something in the face and just say, I'm not feeling it. But for me, it's so much easier to get that stuff out the way when I still have the energy and the positive headspace for it. Once I knock it off my list, it can no longer dictate how I feel about my day. I'm not gonna have that heavy weight on my shoulders looking at that task that I don't wanna do and get that feeling of knowing I can do better. And what's crazy is usually the things we procrastinate with actually don't take as much energy as we thought they would. Once I'm done, I can spend the rest of the day how I want. This can be streaming Netflix, browsing social media, or even texting my friends back. I did everything I was supposed to do, just like a boss should, and I deserve to spend my time the way I want. So those are the steps I take every morning to make sure that I'm in control of my time and I'm in a positive, productive headspace. I hope you were able to take something away from this video, and if not, just don't let anyone tell you how you should be spending your time during these unprecedented times. It's okay to have some downtime, it's okay to feel uncertain about the future, and it's okay to be wanting to stay at home while everyone else is feeling to get outside. Remember that you should only focus on what serves you and becoming a better version of you, and you'll be just fine. Thanks for hanging out with me, and see you in the next one.